Hello, Da Vinci. Welcome back. This is our 11th of the 2nd, 2021. And we've got our arithmetic questions here. We've got our challenge one side and our challenge two side. And I bet you're thinking, not only am I in a different place, I'm in school today, but where's your ruler, Mr. Watkiss? Don't worry. Got it here. Ready? Here it is. I've just got my ruler. So let me just get my ruler. There's nothing different about it. It looks exactly the same. I got my ruler. It's huge. Look how big this ruler is. So let's see whether that one can help me today. Right, starting off, pause the video, complete your challenge one, complete your challenge two, and then let's go into the questions. So challenge one, 10 takeaway two. Got 10 fingers, put two down. 1, 2. My answer, 8. 9, add 4. Now I can do 9, got 9 fingers, but I can't add 4 because I've only got one more there. So this is where you need to get your ruler. Now, look how big this is. So let's see whether we can get this ruler to help us. Oh, it's a bit grubby, this ruler. Let's see if we've got another one. I might get another ruler. This is really grubby. It's not very nice. It doesn't look very nice. I'm back to run home. Get a good ruler. That one was grubby. It wasn't very nice looking. All right, starting from 9. Got to jump on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer is 13. 3 lots of 5. 3 lots of 5. So it's saying I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one lot of 5, one group of 5. So I'm grouping in 5s here. It says I need 3 groups of 5. So there's one group. Grouping in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another group of 5. And then I'm going to group another group of 5 because I need 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another group of 5. One group of 5, 2 groups of 5, 3 groups of 5, 3 lots of 5. Right, super. Done. Nope, not finished. What's the answer? Well, I need to count all of the dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't need to count that. I knew there was 5 in each group because that's how I grouped them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my answer is 15. If you know your 5 times table, you can count your 5s. 5, 10, 15. Right, let's have a look at the extension now. So the extension that we're going to be doing, let me just shuffle those down there. Perfect. So the extension that we've got going on for today is something. Take away something is 0. So I guess you could have nothing, take away nothing if you wanted. You could have 1, take away 1 if you wanted. If you've got 2, then to get to 0, you need to take away 2. You've got 3, and you take away 3 to get to 0. I've noticed a pattern here. Whatever number you start with is the same number that you need to take away to get to 0, which means I could do any number, like 24. And I don't even need to work it out because I know that if I want to get to 0, I need to take away the starting number. 24, take away 24. I might also do 59. 59, take away 59. 100, 100, take away 100. Because it's the same number being taken away from itself to make 0. Good job, good pattern spotting. Right, challenge 2. 15 divided by 5. So that means 15, and you've got 5 groups. Okay, so you're going to need to share for this one. You're going to need to share. So let me get rid of these groups so I don't confuse anyone. Boom, gone. Right, you've got 15 in total. So what you do is you would, let's see if I can get a small, let's do that. Oh no, let's make it a square actually. You've got 15 in total. First off, what I need to do is I need to get my get 15 little blocks. So there's one. So let's make 15 of them, shall we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, I've got 15 blocks now. Then, how many groups have I got? It says I've got 15 divided into 5 groups. So I now need to make 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're my 5 groups. Now what I need to do is I need to put 1 into each group, sharing equally to make sure that I don't give too many to each group. So let's start off. I'm going to go 1 in that group, 1 in that group, 1 in that group, 1 in that group, 1 in that group. Perfect. I've made it so that each one has got 1. I've still got some left over, so I'm going to need to keep sharing. 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in there. Right. Yep, every single one's got 2. I've shared correctly, but I've still got some left, so I'm going to need to keep sharing. 1 in there, 1 in there, a 1 in there, just 1 in there, and 1 in there. Do I have any left? No, I've managed to share them all. I've got 15 squares altogether. I put them into 5 of my circle groups. How many do I have in each group? I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 in each group. 1, 2, 3. And I don't need to count the rest because I know that I've shared equally. 15 divided by 5 is 3 in each group. 15 split into 5 groups is 3 in each group. Good sharing, well done. Something times 10 is 70. Now, what you could do is you could switch it round. You could say my biggest number is 70, and I could divide it, I could share it equally into 10 groups. But that would mean you'd have to do this, but instead of doing it for 15 cubes, you have to do it just 70 cubes, and that's a long method. Or you could say, how many 10s go into 70? How many 10s go into 70? Well, I can count in my 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. How many have I counted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lots of 10. 7 groups of 10 is 70. 45 add something is 72. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Right, so let's put it in this. Let's see. 45 add something is 72. Now, this is not the easiest way to do it, but this is one way you can do it. Now, to get from 5, you have to start from your ones first. To get from 5 to 2, you're going to need to make that, you're going to have to imagine. I'm not going to explain that way. That's going to confuse everyone. No way I'm going to explain that. Only my brain will be able to figure that one out. So let's figure it out by doing 45, and then we're going to add on something to get to our next 10. Well, I'm going to add on 5. That's going to get us to 50. Okay, so I've added 5, so I'm going to circle 5. I'm then going to go from 50, and I'm going to add something, and I need to get to 72. So I could add 10, that'd bring me to 60. But I could add another 10, and that'd bring me to 70. So 2 10s, 10 add 10, that's 20. So I can add 20, 50 add 20 is like saying 5 add 2. 5 add 2 is 7. So 50 add 20 is 70. Now 70 is less than 72, so that's good. We're going in the right direction. And I added 20 that time, so I'm going to circle 20. Now what I need to do, so I just move these groups that I made down. Move all them down. Shuffle down, please. Perfect. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 70 in, because that's the next number I start at. Add, and I need to get to 72. So what we're going to add, 70, add 2 equals 72. So now I just need to add up all of those numbers in my circles. So biggest number first, 20. Add in the next biggest number, which is 5. Add in 2. 20 add 5 is 25. Add 2 more, 26, 27. So the answer would be 27. You can check by doing this tens and ones by doing your 27 again. By adding in your tens and ones of your 45 and 27 to see whether it makes 72. Extension, how many groups of something is 24? Now this has got a few different answers. You could have, let's go with, can we do fives? Well, I know that in my 5 times table, it must end in a 5 or a 0. Does 24 end in a 5 or a 0? Nope, which means it cannot be groups of 5, okay? Because we know that this, whatever this is the same way as doing that. And this must be commutative, so neither of these numbers can be 5. Let's try a number of, we could do 4. We could try 4. And there are a few different, I'll just try and move some of these things out of the way now, actually. Let me just rub these out so I've got a bit of space to work. Now, obviously, this is taking a little bit of time for me to explain this one. So you haven't got enough time for today, then you can always move on a little bit and we'll go to the actual lesson. But if you've got however many groups of something is 24, if we tried 4, you could say I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a group. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a group. So far I've got 8 altogether. Let's keep going. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. That is now 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Try another group of 4. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Another group of 4. 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's try 4 again. 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's the answer, 24. So it does work with groups of 4. So I can put in groups, so many groups of 4. Now, how many groups did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 groups of 4 is 24. Now, there's another way you could do it. You could obviously swap those around. You could do 4 groups of 6. And how that would look is if you got yourself your pen again, you'd say, I've got 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 6 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you count all those dots, and all those dots equal 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So you can see how that's commutative. I've just swapped them over. Now, there might be some other examples that you could do, and you'll need to get an adult at home for them to check over to make sure you've got the right answer. Let's move on with the lesson. So can I divide by 5? We're working our 5s there. We're going to be focused on dividing by 5. So let's have a look. Whitney has 10 cubes. Now, this is really important that we're reading. If I make myself a tiny bit smaller, if we are reading that question, because that question is what is going to tell us what to do. So Whitney says she's got 10 cubes. She shares the cubes into 2 equal groups. So you can see here, you've got one group and you've got another group. So let's split them into our 2 equal groups. I need to share them. I'm not grouping because I don't know how many to group by. If I grouped by 4, if I just put them randomly and group them by 4, I'm going to get it wrong, because if I group by that 4 and I group by that 4, I then can't group these 2 in 4 because I've not got enough. So it is not about grouping because I've not read the question. The question says, can she share the cubes into 2 equal groups? So sharing, 1 in this one, 1 in that one, 1 in this, 1 in that. Now we've got 3 in that one, and we've now got 3 in that side. We've got 4 in this side, and we've got 4 in this side. We've got 5 in this side, and we've got 5 in this side. So there, I haven't got any more. I've equally shared it. 5 in one group, 5 in the other group, 2 groups. Whitney's got 10 cubes. She shares them between 2 groups. So that's this one group here, one white square, and another white square. So there's my 2 groups. And how many did I say was in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 in each group. Okay, 5 cubes in each group. Next one. Whitney has got 15 cubes, a big collection of 15 cubes there. She's going to group them into 5s now. So let me grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let me grab all that together then. There is 5. So let me then group that as one whole group. Oops. One whole group. Here we go. Oh, I just need to draw around. That is a whole group of 5. Right, now what I need to do is I need to then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, group another 5. So there is another 5. So let me then draw around that group. Right, now I need to see if this last group will make a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super. So I had 15 to start with. That was my total I started with. She wanted me to group them into 5s. So remember, my last number, groups of 5. My first number, 15. So I'm looking at how many groups. My middle number is how many groups of 5 I made. Well, I've made 1, 2, 3 groups of 5. 3 equal groups of 5, so 15 to start with, 5 in each group. I've got 3 equal groups of 5. I've now got 20 counters. Can I help Jack by sharing the counters into 4 groups? So here's my 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So those are my 4 white square groups. Now I'm going to put them in by sharing 1 in this one, 1 in that one, 1 in that one, 1 in that one, 1 in this one, 1 in that one. Oh, did you see the mistake I made there? I've put 1 in every one, but this first one's got 3 in. Didn't make a mistake there. So I need to put that one in this side. So now I've got making sure that I've got 2 in each one. Right, let's keep going. Oh, nearly did it again. 2 in there, 2 in there, 2, 3 in there all together now. Right, so I've got 3 in there. Right, let's keep going. 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in there. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now I need to put the last lot in. 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in there. Do I have any left? No. Have I split them equally into 4 groups? Yes, I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see because there's a line splitting them between each one. So they're different groups. Now, how many are in each group? That's my last answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 in each group. So let's have a look. 5 counters in each group, 20 counters to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and I've got 5 in each group. Good job. Let's move on to the next example. Here are 20 counters. Here they are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many groups of 5 there are. How many groups of 5 that there are here. So let's have a look. So I'm going to group them into 5s. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my last group of 5. I don't have any that aren't grouped. I've got 5 in each group because it's asked me to put them into groups of 5. I'm grouping. So far, it said I've got 20. I've got 5. Sorry, there are 5 in each group. How many groups do I have? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. I've got 4 groups in my groupings that I've got there. Now I'm going to use an array to help me solve the number sentences. Something times 5, so many lots of 5. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my 5 in my column. But how many rows do I have? I've got 1, 2 in my rows. So my rows are going to be 2. 2 lots of 5. 2 lots of 5 is 5, 10. My answer is 10. Now I've got the answer of 10, which is all of the red counters. I need to then work out what the other 2 numbers are. Well, it's going to be these 2 numbers, isn't it? And it does not matter which way I do it. I could put 2 in here. So there's that 2, that's where the 2's gone. 10, the 10's gone round here into there. 10 divided into 2 groups is 5 in each group. But what you can do is you can change it to be the other way. You can still have your 10 coming to the front. So we put 10 first. We're going to divide it by, but instead of divided by 2, we're going to divide it by 5 this time. We're going to split 10 into 5 groups. Now, how many is going to be in each group? Well, without me working it out, I know that the only number that I've not used is my number 2. So my number 2 is going to go in. So as you see, I've just swapped that number and that number around. Can you see? It's not commutative, but I've swapped them round and it's equaled the same answer. Good job, everyone. So let's do the same for here. I'm going to use the arrays to help complete the number sentence. How many groups of 5? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a 5. 4, 5. So that's my 5, and it's going in a row. But how many's in a column? Let's have a look. In a column, I've got 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3 lots of 5. 3 lots of 5. I've just realized that number is not correct. This number here, that's the wrong number. I didn't mean to put in 30. I meant to put in this number. Okay. So 3 lots of 5. 3 lots of 5. So 3 lots of 5, that's going to equal, well, I could count in my 5s. Let's try that, shall we? Could use my number line. I could use fingers, I guess. Could use my knowledge because I'm going to count. I'm going to know how to count in 5s. Or I could. So there's 3 lots of 5, so 3 groups and 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count all the dots up and I get the answer of 15. Now I've got my 15 as my total. That's how many dots I've got all together there. And it says I'm going to divide it into how many groups and how many in each group. Well, I'm going to use these numbers again. I'm going to divide it by, let's do it divided by 3. Now my only number that I've got left, if I've used the 15 at the beginning, I've used the 3 that I'm dividing into groups, so my only number I've got left is 5. So instead, I'm going to put my 5 there. 15 divided into 3 groups, there you go, is 5 in each group. So I've made the same drawing work for each one. 3 lots of 5, so 1, 2, 3, 5 in each group is 15, or 15 made into 3 groups is 5 in each group. So super job. I could also write it as 15 divided by 5 equals, and the only number I've got left is 3, because they can swap over. Let's do another example here. Now this one is supposed to be this number. Made a mistake on the last one, I'm sorry. So it says 5, so I've also got 30. So let's do this one first, actually. I've counted all of the red dots and I've got 30 in total. Now, how many am I going to divide it by? Well, if I've got 30 in total, what I can do is I could do grouping maybe. Could try that. How are these grouped? Well, they're grouped in 5s, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one group there. That is one group there. So how many groups do I have? Well, there is one group. And it's following the blue lines, actually. There's another group. It's like counting in our rows, isn't it? 1, 2, here's another group. 3, here's another group. 4, here's another group. 5, here's another group. 6, let me just move my head a little bit. So how many am I divided by? 30, I'm dividing it by 6. And how many are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I've got 5 in each group. And now I can use these numbers to help me work it out. So there's my 5 and there's my 5. So I don't need to put my 5 in anywhere. Haven't got a 6. Is my 6 going to go in the end or is it going to go at the beginning? Well, if it doesn't go at the beginning, I'm not going to get the right answer because this 6 is where we get our number from. It goes at the beginning because it's saying 6 lots of 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lots and 5. 6 lots of 5. So my answer is going to be 30. You see how they're very, very similar. You just switch the numbers around a bit. So let's do the multiplication for this. We've got something is in 4 groups and 5 in each group. So I'm going to be grouping now. 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how many 5s have I got there? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 5. Perfect. So that's just like me saying 4 lots of 5 equals. Well, this answer and this answer is going to be the same answer because that's how division and multiplication work. So let's have a look. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20. I counted in my 5s and I found out that all the dots added together is 20. So 20 divided into 4 groups is 5 in each group, or 4 lots of 5 is 20. Let's do another one. Same here. So many divided by 7 is 5. So I've got 7 groups this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And before I start putting my 5 in, I could change it around and I could put 7 lots of 5 equals. You see how I've just moved these numbers, just moved them back. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. And then I'm going to count 5. So I'm going to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 5. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So my answer for both of these is going to be 35 because I've counted how many dots there are all together. I've understood that 7 is my amount of groups, my amount of circles, and there are 5 in each group. One more. How many groups of 9? So how many, there's a number divided into 9 groups, is 5 in each group. So I then need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so I've got 9 there. I'm then going to be, I can't share because I don't know how many I'm starting with because I could just keep going. But I do know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group. So I'm going to put in my 5 in each group, and that means I can then, not only can I work out the multiplication version of it by just swapping those numbers and swapping the function from being a divide to a multiply, but it also means I can find out what the answer is by just counting up in the in my 5s to get to the answer. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And my answer for this and for this question is going to be 45. Now it's your turn. For challenge 1, I'd like you to have a look at these 20 counters that I've got here. How many groups of 5 can you make? So you've got to look at all these and you've got to group them into groups of 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is going to be one group. You then need to group the next 5. And how many counters will there be in each group? So it says how many groups of 5 can you make? So there's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 5 in each group, but how many groups are there? And then how many counters will there be in each group? Next one, complete the missing numbers. You've got some counters here. It says you've got 30 counters altogether and you're going to put them into 5 groups. So you're going to then need to, I'm so sorry. I had a bit of a hiccup and I yawned. I'm so sorry. So I've got my groupings here, but you don't know what they're grouped in. But I do know that there's going to be 5 groups. So I need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can split them in and then find out how many's in each group. Same again, because we know this answer, we're going to be able to swap that round and put it at the beginning for it to make sense for our multiplication sentence. Right, challenge 2. Share the sweets between the party bags. These are all your sweets here. These are how many party bags you've got. How many sweets, how many party bags, how many sweets in each bag. And this is your number sentence. Challenge 2, complete the number sentence for the array. You've got how many, and you've got 5 groups, and you've got 20 in total. You've got 20 made into 5 groups is how many in each group. How many? Lots of 5 is how many altogether in the array. How many made into 5 groups is how many in each group. Challenge 3, complete the divisions. So you've got all of these that you need to complete for me. This is a tricky one. If you've got nothing and you try and give out something, are you going to be able to give anything out, or have you still got nothing? If your answer is still got nothing, then you might need to put a certain number that means nothing at the beginning there. Have a think about it. You've got an extension here. Annie buys 5 lollipops. This costs her 50p. How much do 2 lollipops cost? She buys 5 lollipops and this costs her 50p, okay? She's bought 5 and it costs 50p. How much does 2 lollipops cost? Extension, use the number cards to make a multiplication and division sentence. How many can you make? So you need to use these to make your multiplication and division sentences. You can only use them once. Next one. Oh, that's it. Thank you very much, Da Vinci. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.